Yeah, Akon, it's actually our right to know as to whatever they are going to use our monies for. Yes, that is very true. But why should we even go for loans in the first place as Africans, a continent that lacks nothing, absolutely nothing? I get onto the internet, I get to social media, and people be like, yes, we are Africans, we did this, we did that. I learned lots of people be like, yeah, the first person to introduce a traffic light was an African. The first person to do this was an African. We even believe that we were the first breed of human race. Like, we believe we are everything. So why then should we go borrowing from people we actually breeded? How about we try working out on ourselves as Africans in within the continent itself without going outside to seek external aid? Because I know there are lots of African countries that are prospering. There are lots of African countries that are doing they are doing well. They are doing marvelously well for themselves. How about we visit them, tell them our problems, and take a loan from them? Like, the loan should be in within the country, and then the success or the kind of infrastructural development, or should I say industrialization, should also be in within the continent. Because in as much as Ghana has gold, Ghana has oil, Ghana has cocoa, Ghana has timber, Ghana has all the natural resources that comes into mind. I guess there would be some other country in Africa, same Africa, that might also be lacking the same, natural resources. How about we trade natural resources for natural resources and then try to industrialize? We have graduates, we have people who have been into schools, who have been to school, they are university graduates, they have lots of knowledge, and then they know lots of things that they could help in the development of Africa. So why don't they come back and then try fix Africa together? This could also have helped out. This is actually my candid opinion, though I do stand corrected. In case you have any kind of correction to make or to give out there, you can put it in the comment section. I'll come read them and then, reply to you as it's supposed to.
I think the Western world knows that there's something here that they have tapped into, and the Africans don't really know, or they know, or they just put a blind eye on the Africans that know that there's something here. So you just put them at the bottom and they take whatever they need and just keep them at their feet. That's what it is. That's where I see it.
These guys know that Africa can do something. Like, Africans can actually do something on their own. But the point is, they wouldn't allow you do it. If we refuse to work on ourselves, if we refuse to evolve, if we refuse to learn, then it means we are going to be stuck forever. We are going to be wherever we find ourselves, like, forever. You understand?
Get out.
I think we stand up. We stand up, we learn, we know what's going on, and we just fight.
No, we just fight. We're gonna fight with guns.
No. We fight with our minds, We just learn and just try to outsmart. That's the only way, because you probably think that we don't know nothing, but we do.
Initially, lots of people actually do blame our colonial masters, people who came into Africa to colonize Africa. But my point is, imagine you being in your house, being in your home, and then your home is being invaded by robbers, people with guns and then machetes coming to strike you and your family. They get to steal loads of your properties. Yes, they stole everything you have. Even raped some of the women in your house, and then they kidnapped a certain amount, like a proportion of the people in your house, and then went away with them. What are you supposed to do? You understand? What is the next move after these robbers had left your home? You've been able to chase them out of your home. Even though they've done away, they've run away with lots of your resources, they've run away with lots of your women, they raped your women, they killed some of your men and then enslaved some of your people. What is the next bold step that you could take? With a scenario like this, it is about time one wakes up and then tries to safeguard his home against these bad people. You understand? It's about time we safeguard Africa against bad people, because I guess there's a lot of information out there trying to tell people that Africa could do better on their own, but they wouldn't allow Africa to do better on their own, but instead sabotage Africa or Africans into borrowing and then begging for arms.
What I'm going to try and do is just give you some charts and a couple of tables just to paint a little bit of a picture that you already know. Okay, so what this presentation is fundamentally designed to say is this. Africa, historically, sub-Saharan Africa, has been fundamental to the global prosperity of the advanced countries. Okay? And Africa had a role to play. It has a role as a raw material producer. We will not allow sub-Saharan Africa to escape that. Okay, we do everything to keep sub-Saharan Africa where it is, also impoverished. It's absolutely vital for the prosperity of everyone else. So let's get clear about that. Okay, and this means all the economic structures, all the global institutions, and the economics we teach everyone is all designed to keep Africa exactly where it is. And whether it is Europe or US or now China, it's always the same. We need Africa to be impoverished because we need those raw materials and we need them dirt cheap. Okay, so that's the message. It doesn't mean to say that there's nothing Africans can do. Of course there is. Okay, but this is the opposition that they're fighting. This is what it's about. Because if Africa does do something different, I assure you living standards of all those in Europe and North America and Asia is going to fall.
You understand? So that is the system. That is how we've been programmed to think like we are useless. We can't do anything on our own. You understand? So it's about time we safeguard Africa. Yes, the next thing you think of doing is buying yourself some bulldogs into your house or getting yourself some high-rise walls to safeguard your home from robbers. This is what we should be doing. I am not saying we should go we should go fence the whole of Africa with walls to barricade or to bar people from coming into Africa. But the point is, there are structures and measures that we could put in place to safeguard Africa and also strengthen our security system and also try to deal within Africa, like do things within Africa. I'm not here to advise anybody. This is in my opinion and this is my feelings that I am throwing out there.
For two reasons. The external factors is that Africa has been raped and looted by Europe, by America, by the Western world for centuries. So that looting over the past 500-600 years is contributing to where the continent is today. And although we have independence, we don't have financial independence. There's still neocolonialism that's plaguing the continent today. And then adjacent to that, internal factors is that we need to decolonize the minds of the people in Africa, whereby we become black and proud, we become Pan-African, and we actually reduce corruption and do more for the people. So it's both internal factors and then external factors. So it's been held down a lot.
You mentioned financial freedom. That's the same as economic freedom.
Yeah, so in essence, like if you look at what France is still doing in Francophone Africa, like that, they're using financial weapons to suppress hundreds of millions of people. And if you look at what's happening with cocoa in Ghana, where you only get 6 cents to the dollar, so there's a lot of looting going on by multinationals and government at the moment. So it's still in real time. So what Kwame Nkrumah said is definitely still happening today, which is really sad. So, yeah.
Will you say colonization is the biggest problem of Africa? Like, will you say colonization kept Africa poor?
Yeah, colonialism and neocolonialism has kept the continent poor, 100%.
Yo, I think if you need a full video to this, like if you need a full video of this, I would entreat you to go visit Wademaya on his page. You're going to get a full video of this. Like there are lots of submissions, serious submissions upon submissions. There were lots of, there were lots of submissions. That's what I'm going to say. that you really enjoyed. Since this is our first time doing this here on this channel, I think I would end here for you to go and then continue watching on What the Myers page. You would get a better understanding of what, or as to how things were going. But left to me alone, what I think we can change, or we can do to change the state of Africa now, is to train our mentality and then stop thinking ourselves as inferior. You understand? Yeah, this is what I think I can tell the whole African race. Stop thinking of ourselves as inferior, because here lies the case where we think everything that comes from our own continent isn't good, but that of which comes from a foreign country or a foreign continent is better than ours. We need to start thinking as Africans, and we need to start thinking straight as our forefathers, our grandfathers, our great grandfathers used to think. You understand? My name remains Kofi Dechi, and I hope this video kind of enlightens you. It makes sense to you wherever you find yourself. And thank you so much for joining me on this one. If this is your first time on this channel and you're seeing this video, and you like it, just give me a thumbs up. That it motivates me to do more. If you are a returning subscriber and you still love this video, just put a comment down there so that I can come and read. Thank you so much for being a part of this family till this far. Thanks for not giving up on me till this far, and I am most grateful to have you here on this channel. Until we meet again, just stay safe and stay out of trouble. Be good, and then, Charlie, just stay safe for me. See you on the next one.
My question is,
Yeah.
corruption is killing the continent.
But corruption, but what enables corruption? See, I always want us to go back to root cause.
Exactly, and that would have been my next question.
I don't want to say that corruption is killing Africa. I want to say lack of economic freedom, bad regulations, over-regulations are killing Africa.
Then my next question would be like, what breeds corruption then?
Bad laws. That's what I'm talking
And
about.
who create the bad laws? The same people.
Exactly.
So-
Yes, no, I see where you're trying to go, but we
Exactly.
agree. That's what it is. But now I guess the question then would be for you and anybody who might be listening to us, because I get this question all the time. My God, why are they not taking care of these laws? Maybe that's what you want to ask as well.
Exactly.
Okay. This is why I do what I do. Because you line up 100 African people on this strip here. You ask them, why are we poor? You're going to hear 100 reasons that might differ from one another. But most importantly, none of them is going to sit there and tell you lack of economic freedom.
An African is not respected anywhere in this world. You know why? Because Africa is not strong. And I believe that if we all can share our ideas to build our nations, to make Africa look better than how it is right now, listen, there will no longer be Black Lives Matter. There will no longer be black descent living in Europe crying over racism.